Y'all, it's a lot of desperation and foolishness going on in this episode. But Gary, the jig is up. Let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming here with a force, yeah. Blessings we are reaping, we coursing on full. Oh, in a rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life, man. But thank God for the journey, that's for the plus. Yeah. Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings all for my right hand. But I toast to the friends that they club to be Lord one time. Sit down in a class and we pour that only see the road and we go on with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayreneeonline, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. Y'all, why the hell am I still awake? That's the first question we need to know. Love me, you are right. Why are you up so late? Girl, I need to be in bed, okay? But I got a lot going on tomorrow, so I wanted to go ahead and get this video out for y'all tonight, okay? So, y'all, the episode starts off, but thank y'all so much for hanging out with me this evening, this night, this morning, child, whatever time it is, wherever you at, because it is 12:25 a.m. in the DMV, okay? But y'all, the episode started off where Gary is still in the bathroom finishing up his jack-off session, and Penelope comes up in there and finds him, okay? Now, this is the most awkward, disgusting. Why? Why are you doing this, Gary? Like, and then for this big-ass penthouse that Andy has, why she don't have a bathroom that guests can use? Why are they going in her bedroom to use the bathroom? That's what I don't understand. Your bathroom is in your closet. This is a very private space. So for him to be able to even go into your bathroom in your room to find your drawers is a problem. Everybody got a little half bath, you know what I'm saying? A little piece of half bath out in the hallway that everybody can use. Ain't everybody don't need to go up in your bathroom, up in your bedroom, okay? That's where I got the problem. I thought Penelope's water was going to break, child. That's what I thought was going to happen. But it didn't. But she was pissed off. So they come out of the room. Penelope is like, oh my gosh, this is disgusting. I can't believe you're doing this. And he's like he's like, whatever, you just get over it. It's not that serious. I was just in here thinking about you. And she's like, no, you're not. You're in here jacking off to your ex. So he's being real nasty to Penelope. And I'm like, this mofo want to get a little jab to the throat. Okay. I don't care if I'm pregnant or not. You might have to get a little jab slap. Okay. So then Penelope storms out of there. She's talking to Andy and Jordan, and they're like excited or whatever, wondering what's going on. And Andy can't keep her hands off of Jordan. I'm like, girl, why? Ugh. But Gary comes out. He pats Jordan on the chest. He's like touching him a little bit too much for me after you done just had your hands all over your dick. And I ain't see you go wash not a piece of hand. You ain't putting out nothing, not a little bit of nobody soap up on your hands to wash the semen salad that you had up all spread dressing that you had all up on your hands. Child. So they bid Jordan and Andy adieu. And then here we go. Penelope and Gary is on the elevator and they is arguing. Okay. She's like, you know, what the hell is wrong with you? He's like, I'm not, you can have a good night at the my place by yourself because I'm not coming back there. She's like, you know, I should have never took you back. I knew you was just trifling. Girl, what? Then he had her all hemmed up in there. And he's like, you're having my baby. He was like, and it's all your fault. You've been withholding from me talking about, you acting like you're the first woman to ever have a baby. Sir, what are you talking about? You in here jacking off, my ninja. Where is your other children? Because see, I don't understand this. This is what Penelope is in here. She's pregnant with your kid about any day about the pop. But where your other kids at? You got too much time on your hands to be doing some foolishness and treating people the way that you do. So they get off the elevator. He going apparently going over to Hayden house, and she going home by her damn self. I don't even know how homegirl got home, to be honest with you. But I don't even know what prompted her to take this ninja back from the giddy up. But moving on. Sabrina is over Danny's house, and Sabrina is like, you think you should just go ahead and go to therapy, Danny? And Danny is like, girl, what? I don't do therapy. And Sabrina is like, you think you're having issues because you're still thinking about Preston? Like maybe you haven't dealt with all the things that happened with Preston. You're still feeling some type of way about him. Like maybe you really still care about him and you don't know how to handle those feelings and you need to talk about it. And Danny is like, yeah, no, I don't need to talk to anybody. See, this is the problem with people. This is called Class A denial. Danny thinks that she can just smoke a J and move on to the next dick, and that's going to make her feel better. Baby, no, it's not. Baby girl, it's not. Okay? You need to deal with the fact that you are still hurt that Preston left you. Then you kept on. Then she brings up, yeah, I'm not hurt over that. Now, yeah, someone that kept on saying that they loved me but left me. Danny, you treated that man like shit. Do you think that he was supposed to sit around and just take your bullshit? And you childish as all get up. You childish as fuck with Tony. Even Tony be like, yeah, you need to talk to somebody because, baby, it ain't me. I don't know what to tell you, okay? You need a professional for your special brand of bullshit that you give out to the universe. Danny, you're full of shit, okay? And for you to even be even in the least bit upset with Preston for leaving you, baby, you need to get yourself together. Go sit on somebody's couch and put your feet up like you did at your house, okay? You go on and do that. You do that, okay? So then we see Gary in the next scene. He over at Hayden's house, child, going over there trying to put his feet up on his couch and drink his liquor. And he's like, I'm staying over here and you owe me because I paid for the private investigator to figure out about old girl. And because you owe me, just consider it paid with this. First of all, baby, I didn't ask you to pay nobody to be having you all up in my damn business. See, because you was signifying. That's what you was doing. I didn't ask you. I was happy with Tamara, okay? Giving me blowjobs every night, whether she wanted to or not. I didn't care whether she loved me or not. I thought she did. I didn't need you to blow up my life, okay? And you're over here blowing up my life now, drinking up my alcohol and getting on my nerves, okay? So Hayden is like, well, what the fuck you want? Like, why is you here? And he's like, man, Penelope got mad at me over some stupid shit. Like, whatever. She'll get over it. And he's like, Hayden like, okay, what the hell you do? He's like, oh, nothing, whatever. And he's like, yeah, Jordan Walker. And Hayden's like, yeah, he's running for city council, right? Gary's like, yeah. You and I are gonna work together to take him down. First of all, if I'm Hayden, I'm like, baby, I don't got nothing to do with you and your bullshit. And that's exactly what Hayden said. Hayden said, I have absolutely nothing to do with this. I don't have no parts of that. I don't really care. Why are you roping me into your shit constantly? Because Hayden is like probably thinking in the back of his head, I asked you to get Zach and you ain't want to get Zach. You thought that was silly. But every time you come up with something I'm supposed to help you, nah, quid pro quo, please. If you ain't going to help me, then baby, I'm not going to help you. Okay? We got to scratch each other's back. Unless, or else we both going to just be some itchy motherfuckers. I cannot be dealing with this shit. So Hayden said, I'm not about to do none of this. You can stay here for one night and that's it. Hayden looking like he getting tired of Gary and Gary bullshit. Period. Because Gary ain't benefiting him in no type of way. He just over here blowing up his spot, basically. So then we move on to Zach and Fatima, okay? So Zach makes breakfast, and him and Fatima are talking, and, he's talking about Zach, what he wants to do to get Michael and whatnot, and how they got to handle this case so that they can make sure that they can get him back, and Andy supposed to be helping them, blah blah blah. Then he talked about Zach Jr. He gonna name Karen's baby Zach Jr. And Fatima is like, hello, can we make sure this your baby first? While you over here talking about some damn Zach Jr. And he's like, yeah, well, listen, it's my baby. She's like, you don't know that. You ain't had nobody's paternity test. Like, the fuck? And he's like, well, it is my baby. She's like, can you get a paternity test, please, first? Because, like, you're doing too much. He's going, yeah, I'm going to get a hedge fund for them. I'm going to be doing all this. And she's like, I mean, damn. I mean, I guess it is your money, but shit, like, you going to be broke by the time you keep on doing all this shit. I'm like, Zach, what are you doing to continue to have money coming in? So Fatima catches an instant attitude and go upstairs. She stomps upstairs and says, look, just be ready for your damn meeting with Andy at 11 o'clock. Do you remember? He's like, of course I remember. She's like, well, have your shit together because I ain't got time. So she's going to leave out, and he's looking at her like, are you mad? Like, are you serious? She's like, get a test. Seriously. Because this is just ridiculous. Zach, get a damn test. You don't know if this baby is yours or not. You don't know who the fuck Karen was dickety-yay in. You don't know who she was fucking around with. So you sitting up here acting like this is your kid. You got a lot of shit with you, Zach. For real. But what I will say, but we'll save this for the end of the episode. So Zach and Fatima having a little squabble, okay? She's pissed off. Obviously, he don't understand why she's mad because he thinks that, okay, you supposed to be so cool with this. We was all good in the hood. Now you got an attitude because I'm stepping up to the plate for my kid. You said you in, be all in. And Fatima, like, I'm in, but like, I'm out with this bullshit. I'm going to be in if I find out this is really your kid. So moving on, we go back at the office. Andy walks in there into the lunchroom, I guess, to get a snack, some coffee. I don't know what the hell Andy going in there for, but she runs into Hayden. So Hayden telling all types of lies, talking about Hayden, Gary was saying, you know, he not fucking with homegirl Penelope because she's fat or something like this. I was like, what the hell is Hayden talking about? Gary ain't saying nothing of the sort. Maybe, I guess, when they was drinking, he must have said more, and that was just, we didn't see it, but I don't know. But Hayden was spilling all the tea, saying, what's going on with you and Gary? Because it's trouble in paradise. Y'all must have had a bad night last night. And Andy is like, nah, he seemed cool with Penelope. What you talking about? So Hayden spills all the tea, talking about all this stuff Gary said about Penelope. And even Gary over there talking about he just giving everybody a ring. He ain't about to marry none of these bitches. So he wasting everybody's time. And Hayden is like, he wasting my time most of all. I'm about to air this nigga out because I don't want no parts of none of the shit that he's doing. So Hayden over here spraying Gary's tea all to Andy. And in comes Fatima. And Fatima like, is this nigga bothering you? And Andy was like, I mean, and she was like, yeah, he bothering you. Get the hell on. So then Fatima has her moment with Hayden where they go back and forth. And Andy is like, y'all just need to stop this mess. Like, y'all just need to let it go. And they was like, nah, never. We never gonna let it go. I remember Fatima, aka Crystal Hayden, she said that Hayden in real life is like really funny. So every time she sees him, she's trying not to laugh because she know he's just going to do something crazy. So if you notice on Fatima's face, she always trying to keep a straight face because she be trying not to laugh at him. But Hayden, I'm telling you, he is playing his part on this show, okay? Homeboy is playing his part. And Cheeto, which is Gary, yeah, he doing his thing too. So moving on, we go to Karen and her insignificant part on the show. She over here hammering nails into the salon that she can't afford to furnish. And the mail guy comes in delivering some stuff that she's obviously saying she gonna send back. So he's like, well, if you need to send it back, here's my phone number. I'll get it back, come back and pick it up for you. First of all, when is the UPS, the FedEx, the post office man, the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, when is this person giving you a business card for you to call them individually to come pick your shit up? Typically, it's a dispatch number, and then whoever's in the area comes to pick your shit up. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on here. But he says does his little line a bit. whatever. He must be somebody that Tyler Perry saw in the grocery store and promised a role to, and he got his little 5 seconds of fame and left on out. So now Pam is talking to Karen, and they're talking about what they're going to do with the salon. She got all this stuff that she need to finish. She needs to, basically, Karen is broke. Karen need to get some more money because she needs to get all this stuff done so she can open up this salon. And the salon is not saloning. There's not one piece of hair that's been curled throughout any of this episode. So after all the package crap is done, Karen gets on the line with Sabrina and asks her about a loan because she needs a loan to finish up the rest of the salon since the previous contractor dicked her over. Now she has to find another contractor to complete the work for her. So she is in a whole shitstorm over here. So Sabrina says, you know, I've helped people get loans. She was like, don't you already have a loan? And Karen's like, yeah, but I need another one because there's still some stuff going on. So Sabrina said that she's going to try to figure out how to help Karen get more money so that she can go ahead and finish up the shop. So in the next scene, we have Zach and Fatima go to the office to talk to Andy about the whole situation with his son, Michael. And Andy says, well, we have a pretty strong case if you have some evidence and pictures, things like that. So Zach says, yep, I got pictures. I got statements from the neighbors, all of that. I got all the stuff that we need. And Andy says, okay, I think we'll have a pretty good case. So she was like, let's just go to court, have everything, get everything together, and hopefully all goes well. And Zach's like, yeah, I hope we can come out of here victorious. So Andy is like, there's only one other thing that we got to deal with. And they're like, what's that? She's like, the wedding date. When are you guys going to get married? So both of them looking at each other like, because Fatima probably like, bitch, I'm not marrying this nigga until I figure out, is Karen's kid his? How is he going to have all his affairs together? Because I think Fatima's still trying to figure out whether she even wants to continue to deal with Zach with all of his drama. He has a lot of stuff going on. And I feel like Zach is not thinking about how his life affects Fatima. Because now she got to sit up here and be acting like she's happy to be raising somebody else's kid. Mind you, Fatima is pregnant too. They just haven't announced it yet in Sistas, but in Fatima, she done already told this man that she's pregnant. So now I got to be dealing with the fact that I'm not going to be your first baby mama, okay? I'm about to be the third baby mama, and my kid is going to have to play third fiddle to these other children that you have. And you not even thinking about trying to figure out if this other kid is actually yours. You sitting up here claiming it. I don't want them to screw up the whole Zach character. Zach seemed like he actually cared about what Fatima felt and how Fatima was navigating all of these things with these extra women and these extra children. Like at first it seemed like he cared, but now it's just like he's like, okay, you said you was going to deal with it, so deal with it and move on. I don't know, but I hope everything turns out right with this. So moving on, we got back at the airport. There's an old lady getting her ticket, and Tony comes over to Danny's little desk, and he's like, can I get some copy paper? And she's like, sure. So then he gets down there and starts licking on her cooch while she's talking to the lady. I'm like, excuse me, Tony. And Danny, how wide are your legs, honey? Are you going to work with no drawers on? I thought Danny wore stockings to work. And can't nobody see him under this desk? I don't. Baby, this is some freaky deaky, okay? So then he's like, I'm sorry. The lady walks away after Danny gives her the ticket. And he's like, I'm sorry. I just couldn't resist. So they going back and forth while he got coochie breath. And he's talking to Danny. I don't know. They some freaky deaky people up at damn work. I hope she don't lose her fucking job fooling around with him. Okay? So moving on. Y'all, I'm kind of going back through the scenes as I go along. So then Karen is talking to Danny. Okay, Danny calls Karen. And Danny is like, she wants to get everybody together for a brunch or whatever. So she invites Karen to go to this brunch that they're all going to. And everybody, all the girls are supposed to get together to come to the brunch. So, of course, we see at the continuance of the episode, Karen shows up but ends up leaving because I guess she overhears the conversation with Fatima talking about Zach Jr. and talking about Zach or whatever because she's a hater. But moving on. In the next scene, Sabrina walks into Maurice's house, which I don't even know why we even needed this scene. Maybe I guess they're just really trying to talk about Maurice. But Sabrina goes over to Maurice's house and he over here doing OnlyFans and doing some freaky deaky stuff on the internet. And she just walks up in his house. I don't understand this whole scene right here. I don't really understand the point. I guess it's just trying to point out the fact that Maurice is still here and we're going to get into his story. But Maurice claims that he's making a lot of money doing this. So I don't know. So Sabrina is telling him about her job at the damn bank or whatever. He's like, well, bitch, I got to do this. I don't really care about what you got going on. I really don't understand this whole scene right here. They really wasn't talking about nothing that made no damn sense. So moving on, because y'all, I'm trying to really stay in tune with this show until it kind of gets where it needs to go. I feel like it's getting the train back onto the tracks. I feel like the train is getting back on the tracks and we're gonna be good. Because this episode wasn't as choppy as the last episode. The last episode was just all over the place. At least this one is kind of in order and cohesive. So we are at the restaurant. All the ladies got a random pile of food on their plate that they not gonna eat. They all have colored water that's supposed to be wine because I'm pretty sure it ain't really wine. And they're talking, and Fatima is telling the girl that all the sisters are there except for Karen at this point. So Fatima is telling them about Zach, talking about Zach Jr. and this, that, and the third. And Danny was like, did he figure out if that's his kid or not? How is he doing all this stuff and talking about a kid and he don't even know if that's his kid or not? So this is where Karen walks in and then she sees Fatima and them having a good old time and then she walks on out. And apparently Andy also talks about Jordan. They're talking about Gary versus Jordan's dick because Danny done saw Gary's dick, talking about it hang low and don't pick it up slow. It looked like a baby arm, a little half baseball bat. Okay. And Andy says, well, Jordan is, he's really good too. First of all, y'all, I'm really having trouble with this Jordan character. Like, the chemistry is just not there. Like, they're trying to make fetch happen, and I just don't see it. I don't see it with the Jordan character. I thought that Tyler LaPlay from P Valley was supposed to be on here. Maybe they ain't pay him enough, but I thought he was going to be. I would have liked to see him as Jordan. Now that, now I don't know if Andy's husband in real life, KJ's husband in real life would have liked that. Because that's a fine specimen of a man. Well, he's engaged to be married too, so. But yeah, that would have been a better character pick, Tyler LaPlay, from P Valley than this Jordan. This Jordan is just not attractive at all. But moving on, in the next scene, Danny goes home to talk to Tony, okay? And Tony is like, hey, how was brunch with the girls or whatever? And she was like, oh, it was cool. He was like, you didn't tell them about my stuff, did you? And she's like, no, I didn't. But did you want me to? Like, are you expecting me to do that? And he was like, no, I'm just saying, like, I would think that would be private between the two of us. So they're going back and forth. And Danny doesn't know how to have a conversation with this man. It always ends up them having a canoodling session with them fucking. Like, I feel like he thinks that that's the only way that he can communicate with Danny is if they having sex. And I'm like, Danny, you haven't even properly dealt with the stuff that you had going on with Preston. You jump right into a relationship with this guy. Then every single conversation y'all have, you can't really talk to him, but then you always end up wanting to fuck. So it's like he can only talk to you or communicate with you with his dick. That's a problem. He's trying to talk to you about getting your life together, finding some therapy if you have fun with your friends or not, and you playing around being sarcastic and end up turning it into a fuck session. And he obviously was watching sports or whatever the hell he was doing. But child, you like it, I love it. I don't know what's going on with Tony and Danny. I actually like Tony and Danny together now. I'm starting to warm up to the Tony character because he seems very mature, and I feel like he's going to be good for Danny in the long run because she need to grow the fuck up. Like, that's just what it is. So moving on, Sabrina and Rich. Sabrina is obviously 50 mimosas in, and she's just really feeling it. So Rich is at her house, and she getting all freaky deaky with him and talking about how she want to have his babies. And he's very clear with her, saying he don't want to have no children, and he's never going to get married again. Rich was obviously, he was married before. All of them were married before. I feel like this is Bros and Sisters together, just with different characters for Bros, and they saved Rich, okay? But he's like, he don't want to get married again, and he don't want to have no children. And Sabrina is sitting over here saying, I can change your mind. Let me stop you right here, ladies. Sabrinas of the world, okay? Shut the fuck up. That's what y'all need to do. When a man tells you that they don't want something, they don't want it. Stop trying to force them into, you can't force a square into a circle. You cannot do that. You have to listen when people show you who they are. Sabrina is all over this man, throwing herself on him, and he is obviously very stern in his thought process of, I'm not fucking with you like that. I don't want to have no children. I'm not trying to do that. She was like, come on, I just need your sperm. I want to do this. So she's like telling him that she gonna change his mind and she gonna make him do XYZ. And he's like, girl, I just told you I don't want to. She's like, so what about your wife? Like, so you're gonna have a wife and not give them any children? And I'm like, no, he's not gonna have a wife, Sabrina. He just told you that he doesn't want to be married. So what are you talking about? So she saunters off into her room. Mind you, they went to brunch. It's daytime. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be nighttime. So brunch, I guess, is in the morning, afternoon type of deal. So, okay. Rich is uncomfortable. The light is shining bright into Sabrina's apartment, and Sabrina goes into her room thinking that she getting ready for the rump session of her life. And Rich eases on down the road and leaves out the front door because he was like, I done told this bitch I don't want to have no children and I don't want to get married, but she over here playing around talking about she gonna change me. You can't change a man, okay? Damn, Keisha Cole and K Michelle sang the songs, okay? You can't change a man. So moving on, Andy comes into, I think this is supposed to be Jordan's place. This don't look like the same place that Jordan was at his house when everybody was over there and the cat was out of the bag about Penelope and Gary. This is a different house, and this ain't Andy's house. But anyway, they all fake making out and hugging and loving up on each other. And Jordan reveals to Andy that he's gotten endorsement from the current mayor. He's running for council member, I guess, and the mayor has actually endorsed him. So Andy is listening, half-ass listening to him, and he's trying to tell her how excited he is about this, and she looking at his dick. He's like, are you even listening to me? She was like, yeah, I heard you. Then she starts putting her hands in his pants, and he's like, well, I'm trying to cook dinner. And she's like, well, I'm actually not hungry. And she's trying to fuck. Andy, baby girl, I'm going to need you to be able to offer somebody more than just your pussy. And y'all kissing a whole lot. This is the most this man has probably kissed a girl in his life. This man does not truly want to be kissing no woman. I tell you that right, that damn much, okay? He ain't trying to be kissing up on Andy. He's definitely getting paid to be doing this. So moving on, we get to the last scene with Zach and Fatima, okay? Zach getting ready to go to the gym. Fatima comes in with this baby blue dress on, and they're talking about the whole case and what's happening and what's going on, how they're going to move forward. And Fatima continues to express to Zach how she just really doesn't like how he keeps on saying that Karen's baby is his. and he hasn't even figured out whether it's really his kid or not. And she's like, get a test. Like, you talking about all these trust funds and all this stuff that you're trying to do for this kid, and you don't even know if it's your child yet. Like, get a test. He's like, you're just gonna have to realize that it's my kid. And she's like, get a test. You don't know. So I don't know. Zach is just hell bent on this being his child. I don't know why, but Fatima is pissed the fuck off, and I can see why she is. And Zach thinks it's funny, and it's like, Zach, you're being extremely disrespectful. Like, you're not even acknowledging her feelings, and that's tough. If I was Fatima, I would be pissed off at him, and I would be having one foot out the damn door at this point, because this is team entirely too much. So we get to the last scene. Gary is on the phone finessing another bitch, talking about something. Yeah, we only do first class. Yeah, I'm gonna fly you out. He about to fly some bitch out. Mind you, why are you and Penelope still living separately, and y'all are engaged, and she pregnant with your kid? You told her to stay at your house. You bought her a crib. Like, it's not making sense. So Gary gets off the phone, because I don't know if this is some new Jake from State Farm. I don't know who this man is. Who is this Harpo? He didn't even say who the man was, the name of the man. So the man comes in talking about how $50 million is gone. Investors is pulling their money from Gary. The jig is up. He said he done wiped his computer out. Gary need to wipe his computer out. Gary talking about his accounts is in the negative, and the people's is coming after him. Child, I don't know what Gary done got his damn self into. You doing all this diabolical shit trying to go after people, and now your shit is all fucked up. I don't know if you're going to be able to pay for baby girl to get first class. I'm just saying. She going to get there and not be able to go back home unless she got her own damn money. Gary, I don't know what type of shit you into or what you doing, but you might want to stop fucking people over. So we see a preview for the next episode where everybody and their mama coming to investigate the law firm. I don't understand how they're investigating the law firm. And from my understanding, the deal did not go all the way through yet. If the deal didn't go all the way through yet for Gary to purchase or use his hedge fund in some type of way to buy the law firm or get rid of Robin, why are they over there researching or going through the law firm and ransacking it? Child, I don't know. But what I will say, as far as the new writers so far, everything has slightly made sense. Okay. The scenes have not been dragged out. The lines have not been dragged out ridiculously. I can see the storylines potentially going to move forward. I'm feeling like things are going to get better. I feel like I think the next episode is really going to let me know just how much better things are. But so far, the dialogue has been better. I can tell that it's not some, hey guys, this is, I can just see Tyler Perry now. Here's the scenario. Go. You can't do that. I can tell these motherfuckers actually have lines now. They're actually having dialogue. They're actually talking. I don't believe the relationship between Andy and Jordan. You got to get you another Jordan for me to believe it. Karen's scenes are just very short. These pregnancies are very lopsided between Karen and goddamn Penelope. Penelope should be ready to drop any damn minute, and Karen look more damn pregnant than Penelope. We went from Karen not having no baby bump, everybody complaining all over the damn internet about her ain't having a damn baby bump, to now she look like she pregnant 5 times. I don't get it. Then we got Pam and the terrible acting still. Actually, Pam's acting has gotten a little better. Maybe because her ass got some lines now and not just talking random like the ghetto friend that works at the hair salon. I was getting real tired of that. And I don't know how long we're going to go with this Danny and therapy story, but I do see that she actually goes to see the therapist next episode. I like this. I like that we're talking about something and then we're executing it in the next episode. Not, oh, Danny, you should go to therapy. Danny, who's going to be your therapist? Danny, this, that, and the third. Fatima recommended a therapist for Danny. It was a female. But I'm interested to see why she recommended this female therapist, but she didn't recommend the male therapist that they had on Fatima. that old boy sent her to. Maybe I guess she decided not to go to him no more because Zach was pissed because the old boy that was trying to get with her was the one that recommended the therapist. I don't know. But child, apparently this therapist that Fatima done recommended, she has a no judgment zone and she might end up rolling up with Danny to get her comfortable. But child, I don't know. Shanice says, why are these guys involved with Sabrina, Danny, Andy, knowing that they want different things? Exactly. I said this the night that they met them. Remember the night that they met them and they all went on the bus, Shanice? And they all said they don't want to get married again. They all said they were married, been there, done that. They ain't trying to get married no more. They don't want to have no more children, all this, that, and the third. Jordan didn't have children, but he did say that he would like to try again in a relationship. He just hadn't found the right one. And he said he does want to have children. But the other two, Rich then gave up. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a daggone vasectomy behind the scenes. And Sabrina is just oblivious. Oh, you're just saying that. I'm going to get your sperm. Come on, come back here and fuck. Sabrina, what the girl? He just told you he don't want to have no children, and he don't lacks the marriage thing. He don't wants to do it. That bothers me. That is like one of my biggest pet peeves with women. It bothers me so much that we try to change people. When people show you who they are, you have got to learn whether you want to. Now, listen, everybody changes over time. They should, right? But for the betterment of themselves. However, you can't mold somebody into a person that you want them to be if that's just totally not their makeup. This man obviously has gone through something in his previous relationship that has caused him to think this way. Instead of, and I get it, she was inebriated in the moment, but I feel like when she's not drunk, she needs to have a conversation with him and understand why he doesn't want to have children. Why don't you want to get married again? And if you can't deal with that and you don't want to navigate into his waters of thinking, leave him alone. Don't spend your time wasting your time trying to make somebody want to be married and want to have children. You can't make somebody do that. I would just listen when he tells me that and be like, oh, okay, check off the list of things that I can't deal with. If you know that having children is something that you really want to do, Sabrina, that's one of your life's work practices, he ain't for you. He's not for you. Shanice says discussion about children and marriage be done. Exactly. Be done with it. Why are we still talking about this? Oh, you don't want to do this? Okay, cool. Well, I actually want to have children. I want to get married. So this is probably not the best situation for me. So we probably shouldn't be having sex because, once you have sex, you can possibly get pregnant. And I want to, adhere to your wishes. You don't want to have any children. I don't want to be trapped with somebody that really don't want to be taking care of these children because I don't want to take care of a kid by myself. So, yeah. And for her to be telling her friends, yeah, I asked Rich for his sperm. Girl, what are you talking about? That's not even a discussion. You don't need to be asking this man about his sperm at all. Shanice says, I meant to say that it should have happened when they were sober, not while trying to have sex, because you're not really listening intentionally during sex. Exactly. Now, Rich, also baby boy, and that's another thing I charge men with. If you know you don't want to have any children and this woman obviously is asking you for your sperm, leave her alone. He did the right thing by walking out of there. I hope that he's walking out of there and not coming back. But knowing the way the Sistas hemisphere is, he'll be back. He'll be back. And I get it. She was drunk, right? And maybe he wants to have a conversation with her when she's not drunk. But y'all have been intimate before. You tried to get her on the desk. I didn't see you pulling a condom out of your pocket. You wanted her to go and F you in the car. You got some lifestyles and some magnums up in there. So, Mr. Rich, if you don't want to have no children, I hope that you are taking the proper precautions to make sure that you do not. Okay? And that's that on that, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else who's watching this too. Y'all, we holding on for Sistas, child. I am optimistic at this point. I'm happy the way that the storyline is flowing. I'm excited to see things continue to change and develop, right? I don't want to see stuff dragging out. I can see a difference with the writers. I think they're falling short in the Zatima and Zach story. And I think Karen is just really turning into the ugly redheaded stepchild in the show. Like, she ain't getting no lines. Her scenes are very short. And the shop is just really it's kind of finicky. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on in Karen's love life. We keep on talking about Aaron. And that they said two people wouldn't be coming back. So Aaron must be coming back in some sort of capacity. Who knows? But let's just see what we got, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.